to Kickin' It with Kendra, brought to you by Victory Rings. Excellence is the standard. Today we are kicking it with Sam Hicks, which I love. It kind of has a nice ring to it. Abilene Christian redshirt senior running back. ACU 3-2 overall on the year and a 2-0, perfect 2-0 in conference play so far. So Sam, you're also our UAC Offensive Player of the Week. Congratulations on that honor. And when you look at what you were able to do last week, taking on Utah Tech, UAC matchup on the road, always tough. You have 12 carries, over 200 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the night. So I went back and was watching some film. So I wanted to start with the 2 longer touchdowns. You had the 53-yard one and the 35-yard one. What holes were you able to find during those 2 plays that allowed you to take it all the way to the house?
I want to go all the way back to practice because practice, shout out to the scout team and, the coaches setting it up. Them guys like to overflow a little bit, so I was kind of just being patient on a wide zone to see what was going to happen. I kind of saw something on a 53-yard touchdown on the hole, then I kind of, okay, it's not there. I bounced, saw the hole, burst. I know the coach was preaching, get vertical. So I hit that cut. I was gone. Oh, yeah, this money. That's a touchdown on that one. And then the second one, I just kind of the same thing, kind of out of pistol, being patient, reading the hole, then just burst through that hole. And that special thing about that was a 2-minute, which is like we got to score, got to get down there. And if I got the ball, it's 30 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna try to score in this one and get the offense off the team. Get the offense off the field. So I did that, and really just practice how you pray. Good looks. Kind of got something. Visualizing on scoring. Is what I say.
Well, and then as soon as you break through those kind of holes and no one's catching you once you have an open field, is that something you also pride yourself on, is the speed?
Speed, yeah, because in the summer, I know I run track in the summer and I work on speed, and I know Coach Luke, he preaches that and he works on speed here. So that's something we running backs, the stable, take pride in, scoring. We got the open field. What Coach Bowie say, score so we ain't got to call it again. So,
Well, then you go to the 3rd touchdown, which was an 8-yarder, but I thought that might have been the tougher one out of all of them because it looked like you broke a few tackles in order to force your way into the end zone. How were you able to stay on the ground and get the ball over the plane?
Say that's like a pride thing, they open a hole, like I saw a hole burst through there. This red zone, we got to score that. And there's somebody right there on the goal line. That's one-on-one matchup, and you got to win that every time. So I thought that's what's going through my head, a one-on-one matchup, and we got to win that every time as a running back. So I say that's pride with that.
Well, then you have your offense is just firing on all cylinders. 55 points you're able to put up against Utah Tech. You have Maverick McIver, your quarterback, who's been in the system now for a couple years with Keith Patterson. How do you describe the way this offense is able to go when you guys are all firing?
We like a machine because once we get something started, we going for that whole drive. And I feel like that's a chemistry thing. That's something we work on like passionately and religiously in practice, like that chemistry and that offense. Like when we make a play, oh yeah, we got something. Now we going. So that's to be honest, that's all it is. Because we are offensive machine. Once that machine is going, it can't be stopped.
You look at your O-line as well, doing a great job blocking, helping you to get some of those holes. How would you just describe the way that your O-line is allowing you to be able to go for 200 yards in a single game?
Shout out Coach Pugh to be on them boys too, because they take pride in that too. Like I take pride in it. And if they make a good block and we don't hit the hole, best believe they gonna get on us about that. Like, hey, what you doing? And I think that's called accountability. Like I'm do my job, I'm trust them to do their job, and once we do that, that's a big explosive play is what we call it. So, shout out to them boys. We're gonna do it again. I have faith in them boys again as well. So.
Even just listening to you talk over the last couple minutes, it seems like this group has such a cohesive brotherhood to it where there is that accountability when you need it, but you're not mad at each other per se for holding each other accountable. How did that sort of develop? Was that something in the preseason or kind of something maybe you noticed immediately when you came to this program?
because I got in the summer, so it's something I feel like I noticed that was building up, and also I feel like that's something we created and built up in the fall camp because I'm an older guy and we got a couple older guys on the team. And in order to be successful, we got to do that, And even when I mess up, I know they go tell me like, "Come on," even my coach be on me about that. I say we all got a one goal, and we all want to go to the next level, and we all want to be national championships and conference champions. And Coach KP really preached that, put that in our mind, and so did Coach Bowie, because without that you can't be successful. Like you see all these other schools like Bama, like they have leadership and they have accountability and maturity, and I think that's a big thing that should be on the team, period, offense, defense, and special teams, So yes, ma'am.
Now, you are from right down the road from the WAC office in Fort Worth, but this is your first year in Abilene. Did that close proximity play a role in choosing Abilene Christian, or what did you like about Keith Patterson's program that made you want to spend your final years here?
Say there's two things. Coach Keith Patterson didn't promise me anything. So that was a green flag in itself because he wanted me to come compete. He just told me, you come here, I'm gonna give you opportunity. That's all I wanted because I know it's just a Michigan. He was, you know, I just want opportunity. Of course, it was close to home, and that even, family coming to see me play, but I just want an opportunity to play. That's all I needed. It takes 1 year to achieve your goals, and that's all I needed because I have fully faith in myself and faith in God that God is willing to open opportunities for me, and while I ball for God, that success will appear. This it's all about faith and faith in yourself and faith in God. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. And looking at your career, you bounced around a few times: Central Michigan, Saddleback Junior College. And I know you kind of learned something about yourself and your game at each of those places. What are some of the things that you've taken or have been the most notable that you've brought to Abilene to help make you the player you are today?
Say it's everything. Like Saddleback College, it was a receiver. Um, catching the ball, route tree, learning concepts. I think that helped me in Abilene as well because now I know about concepts like when, what to do at a certain time, and what would help me be successful. And Central Michigan, when they moved me to running back, I feel like that was a big one too. It was a big transition, but it also helped me because Coach Jackson at Central Michigan told me how to be a better back. He told me how to get vertical, how to be patient when I need to be, all types of stuff. And he was on me about that, and it's still grilled to my head why to be a successful running back. And I brought that here, and shout out to Coach Brown because he also helped me as well. And I'm a playmaker, so he gives me room to make plays, but he still wants me to stay on the right path of doing my job. And then when I get to the second, third level, it's on me. But all of that came into here just to be a disciplined football player and to be successful. And so that the NFL scouts can see, okay, he's a mature running back and he knows what he's doing, to be honest.
And really, when you look at kind of the evolution of running backs in the NFL, it's not necessarily just that three down running back that people want. They want someone that can provide pass protection, that can be a receiver. And knowing that you were a receiver where you started and you have that experience, do you feel like that will help you garner more NFL eyes when you're looking to take that next step?
Definitely because it shows versatile, right? Um, be able to run routes, catch the ball at the backfield, pass blocking. I feel like that adds value to me as a running back because now I can be on the field more and I can help the offense more, and I could gain the head coaches or OCs trust more. And I feel like that's how it is here because that shows my value here as a running back in an air raid offense, So I honestly think like I'm blessed and I'm thankful for God to, give me them gifts and because I'm definitely gonna use them and show my value to the NFL scouts for sure.
When you look at, you started college at Southwestern Oklahoma State, where it said you were just focusing on academics. What kind of happened in that situation that maybe you didn't start with football? Did you initially think you weren't going to play?
I won't say that because I always come and think I'm gonna play. especially as a freshman, Southwest Oklahoma State. It's just, um, I was a freshman and they had older guys. He's like, I remember he telling me, "We got this guy, you right here, but I'm gonna take the older guy because he had experience." So I took that initiative to redshirt and just focus on my academics. So, whenever what I want to do, I can do it. I have the opportunity to do it. Like I had a 4.0 my freshman year. Like I was really locked in. I don't play by academics at all. I got a degree. I know that can help, help my life. So I took that serious as well. I went to know the Catholic and they preach academics is a big thing. So
Yeah, well, it's always refreshing because academics are so important and your game can take you so far, but academics are right there with it. Looking at your experience in game day in Abilene, were you kind of blown away by the atmosphere at first this year, or what has that been like for you so far?
no, like the atmosphere, I really appreciate the atmosphere. Like I appreciate the people here. It's a nice, friendly environment. Even in the games, it's very upward in the games. I love that. Outside of that, I love food. Like they got so many food spots around here. So I'll always get some food, go back to the crib, watch some Netflix and just eat. So I love Abilene. I love the people, I love the fans. And then the best thing about it is it's the next generation that look up to me. I love that because I never had that before. And I got guys like little kids come up to me like, "Oh, number six." Like it's pretty cool. I really appreciate that. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, is that ever a moment like, not that you've made it, but essentially, I mean, you're making some other young player is looking up to you and you're their dream guy. How cool is that to kind of finally realize, like, I'm doing this?
To me, I was that guy. I was that little kid. Like my cousin played at TCU, and again, I looked up to him. Like you never know. Like I could be the reason why he never give up on his dream. And he make it to the top. Because of me. And I'm truly appreciate that. And will always encourage the next generation to give that glory to God and play for God because God can take you to places you would never imagine. Like I never imagined I have 200 yards. God took me there. So that's real. That's love.
If a kid comes up to you, what's the one thing you're gonna say if he says, "I want to be like you. What do I need to do?" What is the one thing you're gonna tell that kid?
Say never give up, give glory to God, and ball out. And he gonna take you to you gonna be successful. That's why I say give glory to God and ball for Him. And just never give up.
What's been the message from KP going into this tough week against number 5 ranked Central Arkansas?
We haven't had that meeting yet, but knowing
Okay.
KP, but listen, knowing KP, I understand it's gonna be play for 60 minutes and then some, right? And then don't worry about the name. UCA is just another opponent in front of us that's holding us back from becoming conference champions. That's how I look at it. I know that's how KPs look at it. As long as we play for each other 60 minutes and then some and be disciplined and execute, I feel like we be fine. I think that's his mission, that's his motive, his message for us. And I understand from last week because that Idaho game, I wasn't very happy about it. And we going to I feel like we're gonna keep moving forward as a team. So
Absolutely. Well, Sam, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your game as well as Abilene Christian as the Wildcats. So it's number 5, Central Arkansas, a 3 p.m. Central Time kickoff on ESPN+.